Handel Pro-Bono Link and Empowerment Foundation. It's an initiative of a young lawyer, barrister Mrs. Christy Auburn. It was established in the year 2018 with its location at Gbagbulada FCT Abuja. The foundation is aimed at offering free legal services and it focuses on Nigerians in correctional center, most especially those who can't afford to pay court legal fees, indigent persons. It equally focuses on the congestion of correctional centers. Handel Pro Bono Link and Empowerment Foundation also has its core mandate to ensure that justice prevails at the end of any court case. The foundation also rehabilitates, reforms, and empowers inmates with skill acquisition, such as soap, shoe, clothes making, before reintegrating them into the society. Handel Pro Bono Link and Empowerment Foundation has executed so many projects in the society, such as community enlightenment on crime reduction.
Professor Uwakwe Abumi is a professor of medical law and ethics, the first in Nigeria. He's an arbitrator, land law reform consultant, and currently a lecturer with the University of Abuja. That's what they wrote, but I know, sir, you are with Ave Maria University. Thank you so much, sir.
I have always thought from my earliest youth till now that the greatest scourge an angry heaven ever inflicted upon an ungrateful and sinning people was an ignorant, a corrupt, or a dependent judiciary. And that is why we said that the ignorance of a judge is a calamity of the innocent. But worse still, a corrupt judge is more dangerous than an ignorant judge. Now, this topic, restoring hope in the Nigerian judiciary, has made three assumptions. First and foremost, it has assumed that the judiciary holds a very important place in the society, that of make or mass status. Once the judiciary is not there, the society is a goner. Second assumption is that all hope, once all hope is lost with the judicial system, then the entire society becomes hopeless. And the third assumption, since we are to restore, is that the seeming hopeless situation in the Nigerian judiciary is not utterly irredeemable, nor is the problem irremediable. Now, what are the people's expectations in the judiciary? In spite of the decay in the judiciary or that pervade the entire spectrum of the society, the judiciary is still looked upon as a last bastion of hope out of last hope of the common man. Not only of the common man, but even the high and the mighty. The irony of the judiciary is that the man who is disobeying court order today will eventually go back to court to ask for a court order. The immediate past president was almost like a God unto himself. Today everybody is saying, is he only a Hplef? Is he only a Hplef? Is the Hplef order himself? Why not go and arrest Buhari? Why not go and arrest Buhari? And I'm very sure that as the drumbeat is moving and gathering momentum, it might be a possibility. So that the judiciary is not only the last hope of the common man, but even the big and the mighty in the society.
The foundation has enjoyed wide range of acceptance in partnership and referral from the inmates who has free legal representation from the foundation. And one of the inmates has this to say.
to try this one and see whether it will work out. So Pastor Christy, I met her and she interviewed me, and I told her everything the case is on. She asked okay, she'll take it off from there. That was 2020. Say she'll take it off from there. She started pushing, going, coming weekly, coming, spending her transport, coming, and I was even asking her that what would be her benefit of doing this. She said she just doing that. So 2020 gone. So within the 2021, chief judge came to the prison and said, okay, we should go back to, they should arraign us and take us back to Babalada. We came to Babalada and the judge said that there is no case file, there is no case, they should return us back to the correctional center. So on reaching there, I now, when she came, I now told her the outcome. She now said, okay, I shouldn't worry, she'll take it up. To cut the long story short, 2021, 2022, so she now came 2022, that was last year. I was there and she came and told me that she has tried her best and everything has worked out smoothly. And I was just sitting one day, she just took me by surprise. I was just there, she just came and they called me that I should just pack my things and go. Just like that. It hasn't ended there. So because I told you I was in school from there. So she never left me alone. When time for exam comes, I have to call her. That big mommy, time has come for exams. No transport, she will send. So she has been doing that till date. So I want to use this opportunity to thank her and to appreciate her. Thank you.
A round of applause for that is.
Handel Pro-Bono Link and Empowerment Foundation also has its core mandate to ensure that justice prevails at the end of any court case. The foundation also rehabilitates, reforms, and empowers inmates with skill acquisition, such as soap, shoe, clothes making, before reintegrating them into the society. In an exclusive interview with Barrister Christie, she said it was her passion for humanity that led to establishing a non-governmental organization. The organization has been surviving on her personal funding and few support from lawyers who's passionate to ensuring justice is served.
Name is Obo Christy Mrs. I'm a legal practitioner practicing here in FCT Abuja, Nigeria. I happen to be the founder and chairman of Handel Pro Bono Link and Empowerment Foundation. Basically, Handel Pro Bono Link and Empowerment Foundation is an organization that offers free legal services, which we call Pro Bono. Pro Bono is a free legal services offered to mostly indigent Nigerians. There are many Nigerians in correctional service today that cannot really afford to pay for their legal services. So Handel is out here to ensure that those kind of people benefited from legal representation, irrespective of the fact that they don't have money to pay. So they get their free legal services because it's a constitutional right, which the law has already provided for. That is why we have the Legal Aid Council of Nigeria, who also ensure that indigent persons are adequately represented to make sure that justice prevails at the end of their case. Like I said earlier, the NGO basically carries out legal representation for indigent persons. And in addition to that, it is not just for you for us to go and represent indigent persons or just a free legal representation. We also ensure there's an empowerment program for all beneficiaries. What actually prompted the empowerment aspect is as a result of recidivism that we experience in the life or amongst inmates. Some of them come out of correctional service and they find themselves going back there. So in order for us to avert that, that is why the NGO introduced the empowerment aspect of it, so that when they come out of correctional service, we are able to set them up and also ensure that they are trained, they are counseled. We have a follow-up program for them as well to ensure that they don't go back into crime. By the time we do all this, you will discover that recidivism will be reduced and minimized to its barest minimum, and it will also help us to eradicate crime rates in Nigeria. That is why we have introduced Handel Pro-Bono.
Okay, any projects so far you have done?
Quite a number of projects. Thank you very much. We have done a lot of projects. Handel has been in existence since 2018, and from that day till today, we have been doing a lot. So many cases have been handled. We have represented so many Nigerians. They have benefited in terms of legal representation, even without paying a dime. We had so many beneficiaries. We have also introduced the empowerment aspect too. We support them. We give them the best support as we can to ensure that we eradicate crime in the society as best as possible. Because if after spending a year, 2, 3, 5, 7 years in correctional service, they are coming out to come and start from where? They have no place to go, they have nothing to fall back to. So by the time they come out, most of them are frustrated. They don't even know who to call. Most people don't even want to accept them because they regard them as ex-convicts. So they avoid them as best as they can. So we want to make sure they are very comfortable, they are well received in the society. That is why the empowerment aspect is introduced. So that when they come, even if it is shoemaking, it is cloth making, whatsoever little entrepreneurial skill they can actually acquire, we make sure that we give it to them so that they can become better people in the society.
What exactly are we looking up to?
Yes, thank you very much. Our office is here in FCT, somewhere we call Gwagwalada. Many people feel Gwagwalada is quite a distance, which I agree with them, but that is where we are starting from because we have a lot of people there that we feel we should impact. We have to start from the rural areas where we have so many of them. And I will tell you that they have been benefiting. We also have tried to introduce other programs like sensitization. We have gone to market women, we have gone to Okada riders because most of these crimes, you see them coming out from there. An Okada man carries somebody without knowing that this person has committed an offense. Before you know, the police has arrested the Okada man because the actual committer of the offense has already uh, escaped. So we have to sensitize them. And we believe that most of these crimes also are located or traceable to schools, primary schools, secondary schools, before you get into the tertiary institution. So well, our program for this period of time is for us to be able to go to schools, sensitize the younger ones, give them maybe clue or signs of crimes in the society so they don't get involved. Most of our children today, you see, they want to compete with their friends. They see their friend holding this or holding that. They want to be like their friends, even without knowing where they are getting their income or the source. So we want to enlighten our schools. We want to teach our children how to behave well, how not to get involved in crime. And when they see signs of crime, they should be able to detect and avoid it in order not to be victims of correctional service or victims of crime.
Okay, ma, what could be a core message to the federal government in respect to crime?
Thank you very much. I think the government have a lot to do. It's just that the governments have neglected this aspect. Every day you go out, you see kidnapping here and there. You see so many terrorism issues, matters in the society. If governments work very hard to ensure that many of our graduates are gainfully employed, Nigeria will be a better place. You see so many graduates roaming the streets, they don't even have anything to do. I met somebody recently, he's driving keke. He's a graduate from the university. He's a graduate. We have so many of them there. And some of them may not really want to humble themselves enough to go and do those kind of menial jobs in order to survive. So they feel that the best way they can actually survive is get into crime. Recently, we know that Yahoo Yahoo is really paying off. Cyber crime is really paying a lot of people. So they just prefer to just sit in the comfort of their home and do all those things. But if they have a very good job doing, of course, you will not leave what you are doing, a good job, to go and join crime. So the government have a very important role to play, and they should not neglect it because they are responsible for every citizen of Nigeria. It is their duty to make sure that every Nigeria is comfortable, every Nigeria is gainfully employed. And in a situation where they feel they cannot really employ these individuals, they can make other means available for people to be engaged. That is the only way we can fight crime. Yes. I believe in togetherness. I believe in agreements. I believe that if Nigeria come together to speak in one language with one voice and say no to certain crimes or to certain issues in Nigeria in one voice, irrespective of tribe, irrespective of religion, irrespective of your background, if we have one common language, one common understanding, one common agreement to be able to challenge and face certain issues in Nigeria, Nigeria will be a better place. I call on Nigerians today, everyone call in Nigeria to come together. Let us agree. Let us say no to certain things in the society. When we see things going wrong in the society, we should not just ignore it and feel, it doesn't concern me. It's not my family member. If you say it is not you today, it's not your family member today, God forbid that you will be a victim tomorrow. So it's good you fight it today in order for you not to be a victim tomorrow. Okay, thank you very much. We have a Facebook page where people can always visit, see what we are doing, drop their comments, and follow on what we do. And that is the Facebook name is Handel Pro-Bono Link and Empowerment Foundation. Once you just Google that in, it will bring out Handel and what Handel do, what we have done is there. Then if you want to maybe follow us by via email, leave us a message. You can also reach out to Handel Pro Bono Link at gmail.com. You can drop your message there. And if you want to maybe call us, you can call through 081 381 96404. Anytime you call that number, it will go. If you want to leave your message, you can also leave your message. So
Okay, what about those that want to sponsor your NGO? What message you have for them, man?
they are very welcome because sincerely, it has not been easy running a Handel for the past few years. It has been on private funding, individual contribution by so many lawyers or few lawyers who are so interested, who are passionate, who are deliberate in ensuring that justice is upheld in Nigeria, that everybody has access to justice as provided by the Administration of Criminal Justice Act. Everybody is entitled to a legal representation. So we want to call on everybody because these aspects touch human lives. It's all about humanity. And if you have passion for humanity, you will join, contribute, support, and make sure that Nigeria becomes a better place for everybody to dwell, for our safety sake and for the upcoming generation's sake, so that we can have a good Nigeria where we can travel to midnight any day without the fear of somebody coming to attack us here and there. So I call on all to join us in what we are doing.